No, because it was 30 degrees and snowing everywhere we were. This is my first time driving a convertible. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the vlog. This is pretty awesome. This is the first time I've driven the car with the roof off, and it is everything that I imagined it would be. I've always wanted a convertible car. I mean, I had the S2000 for a little bit, but we didn't really keep it that long. But when we did own it, I loved it. And having the roof off right now and being home and have it not being 30 degrees, it is so amazing. It's so wonderful. I also am happy to report that that check engine light that we were left with yesterday is officially gone. Just like I was telling you guys the first time we had it, it went away when the car sat for a little bit. I guess the ECU reset itself. And I came down this morning after the car sat for maybe like 10 hours and the check engine light has officially disappeared. So I'm not sure what that check engine light is coming back for. I'm curious to see how many C8s I'm curious to see how many C8s actually have that issue of getting that check engine light, because it's definitely a faulty code that sometimes when you get the first model of the cars, they have issues. I mean, just like the Supra, the B58 that they came out with the Mark V, it's only a 2-port injection, and everyone who's dynoing them is having issues for making more power, and now in their 2021 Supra they're releasing, it's a 6-port. What I'm trying to say is every first gen of a car always has its issues, and who knows, maybe this just might be one of them. Oh, hello, sir.
How do you get in this thing? What?
Dude, interior to the max. Sabrina's coming, and I promised her I'd give her a rip. So if she sees that I went and I took you for a drive, she'll freak out.
It feels like,
dude, it feels like an exotic.
It smells like it too. First impressions, interior is really nice. It's way nicer than I thought it was going to be. Wow. Wow. That's really fast. Dude. Oh my, can you imagine this thing with mods?
Can you imagine this thing twin turboed?
Oh my god.
It's insane.
The transmission is sick.
The transmission is like absolutely bonkers. Yeah.
Wow.
It's dual clutch.
I originally thought that like the Supra is great.
The Supra is great, but this is
really good.
We're gonna race the Supras together, and this is gonna destroy the Supra.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, yeah, the interior is wow. I didn't think you were coming in today.
Dude, I got home last night at like 2 a.m. and then HRE's coming today, they're scanning wheels, and I was like, I'll come in today. The car has not even been home for more than 12 hours, and we already have HRE out here getting some scans for the car. You know we gotta get on this as soon as possible because the stock wheels, there's been a lot of feedback in the comments, but they're not my favorite out of all the wheels that are out there, and I really don't like the way they look. And one of the reasons as to why I chose these wheels is because I knew I wouldn't keep stock wheels on the car regardless. That was actually the one thing on the car that I didn't upgrade or didn't like spec higher, because I simply knew that I was just gonna take them off as soon as possible anyway. They've been here for about an hour or so taking measurements and doing 3D scans to get fitment and stuff. This is something I do with all the cars if you haven't seen it before. We did it on the Mark V, did it on the 458, and pretty much they get a 3D scanning tool and they scan the whole whole entire inside of the wheel well and the wheels themselves to get a 100% accurate measurement of how big they can go inboard and clearance and all that stuff. It's really awesome that they come in-house to us. It just makes my life a lot easier. And one thing too that I want to point out that we'll have to show, and we talked about this when we took delivery of the car like the first day, and the car is jacked up right now, so that is not stock ride height. But one of the things that is really interesting about this car is the clearance behind the front wheel to the inside of the front fender is extremely small. When you turn the wheel, you literally can barely fit a piece of paper through this. I swear you can even sometimes hear it rubbing. It's extremely tight, which is going to be interesting when trying to do wheels on a stock body because it's really hard to get concave when there's not much of an offset here. What it reminds me of a lot too when we were just kind of looking at this. So one, look at how tight that clearance is there. And then two, look at the front end of this car, how it's super pointed. And then if you come over to the Aventador, look at the front end of this car, how it's super pointed. Pretty interesting how similar it is. And then two, the Aventador is nearly the same way. The clearances on the inside of the wheel to the inside of the fender is next to nothing. Actually, the Aventador is a lot better than the Corvette. But when you end up scrubbing these wheels, it's super, super tight. And on the front, it makes it pretty difficult to get a pretty big deep dish wheel. One of many reasons as to why the C8 needs a wide body, because without a wide body, you can't get any deep dishes or lips. Dang, that is super tight. Now we have one more issue to fix. Time to get all this grime. Oh my gosh. I guess people on the East Coast are used to this. I was told this is like salt from the snowstorm. Let's clean this thing off and get it looking how it should. And there is no better way to do this than using the old McGuire's. We'll lube it up. Oh, that was way too much. Love me when love me when love me when first ever C8 car wash. I literally thought this car was a darker shade than it really was. It's actually a brighter shade, and we have the overcast right now making it look gray. Really well needed bath. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be using the ceramic wax from McGuire's. This is gonna give us a nice beading effect when water hits it next and just keeps it extra clean. This is like an in-between step, so you can put it on when the car is still wet. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it on right now. So you just start by spraying the wax all over the car. Has like a blue tint to it. Once you've covered the whole entire car in the wax, then you rinse it off. And now you wipe it down. So all the water is like beading and coming off with one wipe. It's hard to tell on camera, but when you wipe it once, it literally just all comes straight off like super clean. Pretty good. And now too, if we get any water droplets on it, water should hit it, and rather than staining on the paint, it should roll right off. Oh my gosh, that's rough. Every time. So to say, I forgot we had to clean the engine bay. We paid for that upgraded appearance. We gotta keep that stuff looking clean.
That's a reach.
There's just a lot of surface area on this thing to get clean. It's a lot of material.
There's a lot of like,
oh, dude, we have to like,
I know. There's all like hard edges, like crannies that hold water.
This is our first time actually like sticking our head in the bay. You can see right off the bat, the headers are super short. Those should be pretty easy to take on and off. And you can see the cats are right behind it, those big boys. So I was actually doing some talking to the guys at Chevy, and they actually said that the exhaust is pretty long, because you gotta think about it. The exhaust comes out from here and it shoots straight all the way back. So there's a lot of silencing. So this thing, I mean, it's a V8, it's a Corvette. This thing is gonna scream when we open her up. But I fear that working on this motor is gonna be kind of a pain, it being mid-engine and all. Let's just take a quick moment here. She's clean, she's good. I'm falling more and more in love with this every single day. And I think you guys are too, from what I can see in the comment section. I know I'm gonna get flamed for saying it. I get a McLaren 720S or like a 650 or 570 vibe from this. I know I'm gonna get flamed for it, but for some reason, I just see it. If it didn't have a V8 and it wasn't so boxy, it looks like a McLaren. I check my phone. Raining every day for 8 days. Are you kidding me? I would say I'm upset, but the car needed a bath more than anything else, so I guess I'll take it. But now that we're here, look at the sky. It was sunny earlier, and now the rain's coming in. I want to drive home with the top off so bad, but look at the sky right now, completely gray. I don't think I'm gonna gamble it, just because if it was to start raining and I had to pull over and do it by myself, you literally need 2 people to do this thing. You can't do it by yourself, or at least I haven't tried by myself, and I don't want to be the one to find out that it's too hard to do by yourself when I'm standing in the rain and ruining all the leather and Alcantara interior. Oh, yes. And to be honest, I hate to admit this, I haven't thought about any other cars other than this one, and I thought that after driving it for 3,000 miles, I'd be like, okay, like I wanna drive something else right now. I don't. I'm still fully obsessed with this. And if you guys watching have not become obsessed with this car yet, I guarantee within the next week or so, you definitely will. And everyone's now starting to get those, so you're gonna start seeing these cars all over the place. You guys better get used to this thing. And look at all those camera features. It's showing both corners of the car and the front of the car as you go around stuff. Those are luxuries that once you live with once, you can never live without. One of my favorite features that I really haven't shown you guys yet is the track mode in this car. This is the third setting within normal, sport, and then track. Remember I was talking about McLaren vibes? Tell me this does not remind you of the 720 display with this bar type analog. I just think it's so funny how much it reminds me of a McLaren. So this is track, and then you also have a sport mode, which looks a little bit more normal driving, and also on the heads-up display you can't really see, but there's another tack right there. And then you go into normal driving mode, which kind of shows you all the basic stuff, and it turns the valves off, gets a little quieter, looser suspension, and then you go straight back to track by clicking over twice with the wheel, and then right back into track mode. We're gonna go ahead and put this in manual as well. We need an exhaust on this thing so bad it hurts. So weird having a quiet 500 horsepower V8. Whoa, it just spun all the tires. Tires just got lit up in the back. What's honestly incredible is how much different the driving style is when you go into track mode. I'm like pulling to get this car to change lanes when in track mode. And I've never felt such a stiff suspension difference when going in mode. I literally feel like I'm in the Lambo in Corsa mode. And the shifts are crisp, on point. You get so much car for 100 grand. And I say 100 grand, but you can get this thing for 60 grand. But you don't get the Z51, but you get the bigger brakes and stuff like that. But still, so much car. I cannot wait to get this thing on the track. I've never had a car make me feel this way, but all I want to do with this car is just go to a track. I normally don't track my cars too much, but this car, oh, it's completely out of focus. I just noticed that. All I want to do with this thing is take it to a racetrack. There's a track called Thermal that's like a couple hours away from my house, but it's super nice, and I'm really hoping I can find some track time there, or maybe see if I can rent the track out for an hour or two, because this car, it's just so good. It's so good. I wanted to take the vet to dinner, and I wanted Sabrina to drive it.
Hey man, if you want me to drive it out in the rain, that is your funeral that you're signing up
But it
for.
just started raining. And I know people are gonna be like, are you kidding me? That's barely even raining. But it's sprinkling, and we just washed this car. And I know it's gonna rain all week, but it kills me to feel like...
you don't want me to drive it because you don't want it to get dirty? Oh, that makes me feel better. I thought you didn't want me to drive it because you thought I'd crash it.
All right, your total's gonna be $14.38 at that second window, please. Thank you. Yo, but look at this guy though.
How do you know that's not an M4?
Well, that's an M5 rear, and it's too big to be an M3.
You It's an M3.
I don't have my glasses on.
Oh my god, that is not... Wow.
Yeah, that's an M3.
You guys all saw that.
Congratulations, boys. We just got. That's an M3.
You better put that in. If you
I'll
don't
put it in.
that
Dude, I don't have my glasses, but there's an
Okay.
M3 in front of him.
You guys, this needs to be addressed right now, okay? TJ does this thing where whenever he is wrong and it's nighttime out, he won't do it during the day. But
I can see.
If it's nighttime out, he'll blame things on, oh, I didn't have my glasses. And I'm like, oh shoot, I'm trying to think of an example right now.
Dude, I don't have my glasses on. You see the black car's license plate?
Yeah.
See the numbers on it?
Yeah.
I can't read them. When we were in Texas yesterday, I really wanted to pull over and stop at Whataburger, but I never did, and I regret it. I've never had it before, and I've always wanted to try it. But boys, nothing will ever be better than In-N-Out Burger, and I live by that. We're gonna enjoy this meal, and I'm watching the newest video from Premium Auto Styling. Shout out to my boys. And I'm gonna enjoy this meal.
Carpet deck system. AccuAir is gonna back you on full management, and UAS is gonna back you on full back.
I'm ending this video inside the Corvette, honestly, just because I miss the road trip. I can't believe I'm actually saying that, but I miss it. I was dreading starting that road trip so much, and I know it didn't show up, but I was really just like not looking forward to driving 40 hours. I wish I could do it all over again. I will just say this, if any of you guys ever have the opportunity to do a road trip, and I mean like road trip, like lots and lots and lots and lots of hours with a buddy, or even maybe you go and you buy a car that you found on the internet and you have to drive it home, or anything of that sort, do it, because the memories that I made with Calvin in the last 2 days, and the jokes and the sightseeing and everything, and this like tag teaming, it was amazing. I'm really happy to see that you guys liked watching that series so much, and it kind of officially came to an end today. And what's awesome is the past 3 videos have all been the best videos, and by best videos I mean the best performing videos I've ever posted, but each video has trumped itself and has outdone the record of every one that I've already posted. So thank you guys for that. It's always crazy when videos do really well like that. I'm gonna try to do more stuff like that in the future. I see your guys' comments, I see all your guys' feedback, and I'm glad to know that you guys like it. I'm gonna try to do my best to do more content like that. Now that this thing is home, it's time to start the mods. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out and keep moving forward.